According to the latest statistical data of the Dole Region 6, the sugar workers of the region have reached to about 385,000 men and women from rural communities. They are considered the pillars and backbone of the sugar industry of the region and have made the industry one of the major contributors of the national economy. In the recent data of the National Statistical Coordination Board, the poverty incidence of rural families in Region 6 is 39.8%, way above if compared to the overall national poverty incidence among families with 31.1%. The poverty-stricken condition of the sugar workers through the years have been attributed to the lack of provision or access to appropriate production finance, needed production support facilities, sustainable alternative livelihood and enterprise assistance, social protection benefits, as well as land ownership. These factors mainly contribute to the rural community's vulnerability to various social and economic shocks and threats. Looking at the history of Region 6, specifically Negros Occidental, being greatly dependent on the sugar economy, the whole sugar industry itself, particularly the small sugar farmers and sugar workers of the region, is expected to be directly and heavily affected by the forthcoming implementation of ASEAN integration, in which reduced tariff of 5% will be imposed on imported sugar products come 2015. The Department of Labor and Employment is envisioning every Filipino worker to attain full, decent, and productive employment. Further, its mission is to promote gainful employment opportunities, develop human resources, protect workers and promote their welfare, and maintain industrial peace. The department's deep commitment was substantiated in December 11, 1996, when the very first Sugar Workers Development Center was built at a lot donated by the provincial government of Negros Occidental, located at Cottage Road, Bacolod City. This was made possible through the effort of former Department of Labor and Employment Secretary Leonardo Quisumbing. On May 29, 2012, the Sugar Workers Development Center building was established in the same location with the Department of Labor and Employment Secretary Rosalinda Dimapilis Baldos leading the inauguration ceremony. The Sugar Workers Development Center was established to give value and honor to the sugar workers who are considered as the backbone of the sugar industry. The edifice is the symbol of the department's commitment to foster and further the development process of the sector. The Sugar Workers Development Center aims to socially and economically empower the sugar workers and the rest of the industry stakeholders by providing a development training program customized to meet the needs and demands of the industry stakeholders in the region. The development training program shall focus on 3 key development areas. Social infrastructure. This training type is directed towards social empowerment, focusing on enhancing the organizational and project management capabilities of the sugar workers and other industry stakeholders. Wage employment. This training type is towards technically capacitating the sugar workers and other industry players, as well as their dependents, to be part of the mainstream employment sector. This is to infuse sense of stability on the income source of the sugar workers and small farmers to lessen their economic and social vulnerability. Self-employment. This training type is towards developing and enhancing the entrepreneurial capabilities of the sugar workers and small farmers, as well as their dependents. This will provide these industry stakeholders with reliable additional income source and fallback strategy during times of crisis. The Sugar Workers Development Center training course offerings will include subsidized use of facilities and amenities, food and accommodation, and training fee for the sugar workers and small farmers. The initial period of the Sugar Workers Development Center operationalization shall commence the showcase of the agency's cause for the sugar workers, the building up of center management, linkage and network system with intermediaries and other concerned government agencies and private organizations. The wider and deeper support base will foster the promotion of the center as a top quality development-based learning facility for the sugar industry and rural development of the region.